All right, before we dive in, just the usual friendly reminder. This is all for educational purposes only. It is absolutely not financial advice. You know the drill, digital assets are risky, so always do your own research.
Okay, let's get into our Day 88 health report for PLAZM. And wow, the title today really tells you everything you need to know. We're seeing a massive 40,000 token surge in staking. Believers are locking in right in the middle of this market storm.
So, if you just take a quick glance, on the surface, things look, well, kind of quiet. The price chart itself doesn't seem to be doing much, just chopping along. It tells one story.
And yeah, the numbers seem to back that up. PLAZM is sitting at about 5 cents, down a couple of percent. E-share is at $11, down about 4%. It's that sideways, slightly down action that, let's be honest, we've kind of gotten used to lately.
But you and I both know that's never the whole story, is it? The really fascinating stuff, the data that gives us clues about where we're heading, that's all happening on-chain. So what's really going on under the hood? Well, this brings us to the main event for Day 88, and it is a big one. We're looking at a huge conviction surge. I'm talking about a record-breaking day for staking, which is just a massive sign that believers aren't just holding on, they are doubling down. And here it is, the number of the day, a net increase of 40,000 PLAZM tokens staked in just one day. Let me be super clear about this. This is the largest single-day staking increase we've ever tracked, period. This isn't just some quiet accumulation, this is a roar.
And this chart, this just puts it all into perspective, doesn't it? You see the last few days of nice, steady accumulation, and then bam, today's spike. It just dwarfs everything else. That's 40,000 tokens saying, I'm not for sale. A massive vote of confidence.
So you might be asking, why stake so aggressively right now when prices are low? Well, it's all about strategy. This is the smartest way to rack up those T-squared shares. You get way more bang for your buck, which strengthens your position for any future recovery. And maybe just as important, it sends this incredibly powerful signal to the market about long-term conviction. And hey, it's pushed the total shares in the system all the way up to 8.43 billion shares.
And you know, this incredible show of conviction isn't happening in a bubble. The protocol itself is fundamentally getting stronger. It's hardening from the inside out. We're seeing the burn and the yield engines kick into a higher gear.
Just look at the pace of this burn. It is relentless. 4 days ago, we were at 147,000 total burn tokens. Today, we're over 232,000. That's more than 105,000 tokens vaporized, gone forever, in just 4 days. That's a constant deflationary pressure just grinding away in the background.
And at this rate, burning almost 30,000 tokens a day, we are getting so close to the next major milestone, having 6% of the entire supply just gone. We could honestly hit that in the next day or two. But wait, there's more. It's not just the burn engine that's revving up. The yield engine is absolutely firing on all cylinders. We saw 63 new bonds added today, and guess what? That's another record, the largest single-day increase in bonds we've seen.
You can see on this chart how that growth has really started to accelerate. The accumulation has been consistent, but today's spike is significant. We're talking 191 new bonds added in just the last 5 days, all while the market's been shaky. This is what feeds the long-term health of the protocol.
Okay, so we've got this massive staking surge and a relentless burn. Let's zoom out and see how all this action is changing the overall supply picture. How does the 4.15 million token supply break down right now?
Here it is. That staked slice of the pie has now grown to a solid 31% of the total supply. The burned piece is at 5%, and we know that's climbing fast. But here's the crucial part. Even with over 244,000 new tokens released today, the incredible force of 40,000 being staked and nearly 30,000 being burned just soaked up a huge chunk of that new supply.
All right, now let's be real and look at what's coming. The protocol is definitely getting stronger, but it's about to face a couple of major tests in the next 7 days.
And this forecast lays it all out. Test number 1 is coming on day 90, a release of almost 420,000 PLAZM. Then, test number 2, the big one, hits on day 94 with almost 450,000 PLAZM. Now these are big supply events, no doubt, but the real question is the protocol stronger and better prepared for them than it was last week? All the on-chain data we just looked at screams yes.
So let's wrap it all up. What's the final verdict for day 88? Well, when you tune out the noise from the price chart and you focus on the actual on-chain data, the story is crystal clear. It is a story of rising conviction.
This conviction scoreboard just says it all, doesn't it? Staking isn't just up, it's surging. Double arrows. Burns are climbing steadily. Bonds also surging with double arrows. And while all this fundamental strength is building, the price is just moving sideways. This is what a divergence between fundamentals and short-term price looks like.
So let's end with this thought. 40,000 tokens locked away by believers. 105,000 tokens burned away in just 4 days. 191 new bonds accumulated in 5. The numbers tell the real story here. Conviction is building. Day 90 and day 94 are coming, but the protocol is stronger today than it was yesterday. The believers are making a bet on patience.
Thanks so much for tuning into this breakdown. And just one last time, please remember this is all for educational purposes. Digital assets carry a high degree of risk, so be smart, do your homework, and always consider talking to a financial advisor. We'll see you next time.